Hey friends, this is T again with another video, and the subject today is Mia Khalifa. She's being slammed for mocking US military service members, or at least that's what the media wants you to think. I'm not exactly sure if that's the case, but it does sound like that is what she's doing. Now, a lot of you got to be familiar with Mia Khalifa. She used to be an adult actress, and now she's a lot on TikTok, and I believe she has an OnlyFans. I'm not exactly sure. But she been getting a lot of strife for a lot of the stuff she says on TikTok. And I believe she lost some promotions and some jobs over it because of the situation going on between Gaza and Israel. Now, this isn't about the war. I'm not talking about that in particular, okay? I leave things like that up to God because both sides have faith in God, and that's something that God is going to have to sort out in the end, because I don't believe man can do it. I believe only God can, okay? But that's my opinion. That's what I believe, okay? But she said a lot of things, man, about the military, and it's the way she put it is kind of offensive, because I have a soft heart for the military, and I'm not talking about the people that run in the military or the government. I'm talking about the service members themselves, okay? Men and women serving. I'm talking about them. Those are the ones I care about. And I'm not exactly sure about this video if she's mocking them or she's trying to make them understand what the military is doing to them by sending them to these wars and things, okay? So, but sometimes it's the way you put it. You should definitely think about what you're saying. And I think what makes it so off-putting is because it's sort of like she's going strictly by emotion, which I don't take away from her, but when you're going on social media, you got to be really careful about what you say, because this stuff can haunt you later on in life. And I don't know if she don't care about it. Maybe that's not the situation. Excuse me, it's a plane passing by. I don't know if she don't care about it or what the situation is, right? But she seemed very, very emotional that morning. I don't know when she made this video, but she seemed very emotional about it. And the way that she talk about it, it's easy to take her words and make it seem like she's really attacking just the service members. Okay, but we're going to get more into that because I think this is an interesting subject, and it's not going to be a long video because I really don't want to talk about it that much. So let's go ahead and get into this. But before we do, please like, subscribe, and share this video, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you know whenever we come out with new videos. Okay, all right, let's get started.
Good morning to everybody who is not in the US military. Good morning to everybody who is sitting at home and not on soil that doesn't belong to them, fighting a war for a country that doesn't care about them. I hope you go over there and get your little brain all scrambled up with PTSD and then come back here and see how much the United States cares about you, Pookie. See how much they care about you when you come back with, oh, I'm so sad. I piss my pants every time I see a falafel stand in Manhattan. Let's see how much the VA cares about you. Let's see what they tell you to do with your little broken brain from going over to fight a war that's not yours. They're going to tell you to try breathing exercises because the U.S. government does not give a about you once you cannot die for them. Once you're done, once you're a shell, they don't care about you. What did I say on Z-Way that one time? Yeah, I think that still stands as very accurate.
All right, we just watched her video talking about the U.S. military service members, okay? Now, this can be taken two ways in a way when you really listen to the video. Now, it does sound like, because she said she hoped that their brains get scrambled going out there. That's definitely something that I do find offensive, to say something like that, okay? You could have put it in a different way. Now, service members don't have the choice. I mean, really don't have a choice to go to a lot of these countries and do what they need to do, okay? And I think most service members don't want to go, okay? They don't want to go to war. Who really want to go to war except somebody crazy, okay? Now, you could argue that the people that's in charge are the ones that might want it because they might have some benefits they might be getting from it or whatever the reason is. But to say something about the service members who don't have a choice but to go where they are told to go. Now, you could argue and say, well, they can just refuse to go, okay? But, you know, you'll be dishonorably discharged. You won't be able to get jobs like you want. Who knows, you might even do time in jail. And some people don't want that. They don't want their lives destroyed because they're not doing what they're supposed to do. But then again, when you send people to war, their lives can be literally destroyed anyway. So it's a very difficult spot for U.S. military people. Most people join because they want to serve their country, and they also want the benefits, maybe a free school or other things that come along with it, medical or whatever. But to go after service members, just wrong. So it's difficult to pinpoint her. Even though you don't like the way she's saying it, it's difficult to pinpoint her to see if she's really just attacking the service members. Now, she's from Beirut, Lebanon, I believe. She's a Lebanon American. It's totally understandable why she may be upset about this war. And the fact that she support Gaza, that's not even a surprise, because she made comments about this particular war. And I think Playboy fired her over this because of the comment she said about Israel. Of course, she's upset. I'm not surprised. Nobody wants a war, especially from when it's dealing with a place you are from or the people that you identify with. Nobody wants it. I completely understand her anger in this particular situation. But it's not about, I'm not talking about that particular war, whether you agree with it or not agree with it or whose side you're on. This is not the subject today. This is about what she said and how she said it. Now, a lot of people might say, oh, they agree with her. They're happy she said it the way she said it. They might even hate military members. I think Jane Fonda had this particular problem, too, during the war in the past. She had an issue with somehow, separating the members of the military and the people that's in charge of the military, okay? I'm not too familiar with that, but, the newspapers made it seem like she was attacking military members, I believe. And maybe she wasn't, maybe she was, who knows? But if you're going to go on social media, you should think about what you're going to say and not be so emotional about it. I'm not taking away the fact how she feels. Yes, she's definitely emotional about this. But if you want to be effective, especially if you want support, then you should really choose your words wisely about it, right? Now, it's easy for her to say this because most women don't go on the battlefield. They don't go to war. Most women. Some women do. They fly in helicopters. They might do something that might put them close to the front lines or whatever the situation is. So their lives are at risk too as well. But most women aren't at these wars. Just like her. She's not even close to it. I don't see her going over there and trying to do anything about it, joining up with the soldiers over there. She's not doing it. And I would say the same thing to anybody that's on the other side. You know what I mean? So many people got a lot of things to say about this war, but not a lot of people are backing it up with their actions, okay? Now, she have a right to feel how she wants to feel about this. And I won't take that away from her. She has a right to be angry about this particular situation. I won't take that away from her, okay? But there are people out there sacrificing their lives because they have to. It's not just Gaza. They go other places too, and they risk their lives. And nobody is going to see your side at all if you attack them. Man, nobody cares if you attack the government, if you attack the people in charge or whatever, right? Matter of fact, I think most people probably would applaud you for that, just for attacking them. But when you hoping people get their minds scrambled while they down there, so a lot of people are out here that risk their lives to protect us, and I'm including cops and everybody else, firemen or whatever. They risk their lives to protect us, and to say this kind of stuff, I don't think it's a good thing at all to say this kind of stuff about them in particular. They do what they are told. They do what they are paid for. They are to follow orders, and if their orders mean they got to go to a certain country or do a certain act or whatever, they have to do it. Now, there are some people that might take it too far. You know what I mean? You talk about all these past wars when there's some crazy military members that's out there doing horrific stuff to people and things like that. I heard a lot of stuff during Desert Storm and all this other crap, man. There's a lot of innocent people that died during these situations because there were certain people that just didn't care. They went out there and did some horrific stuff. Now, if you mean these particular people, yes, I can totally agree. But most service members go out there just to protect America. At least this is what the higher up people are telling them. Okay? But I do not believe they want this war. And I get it. She's trying in a way, I get it. She's trying to make it like, look, you'd be stupid to join this war. Because all you're going to end up doing is just going there and your mind going to get messed up. You're going to get hurt, maybe lose a limb or whatever. And then when you get back to the United States, they're going to neglect you, which is a great argument. That's a great freaking argument. I can't disagree with that argument because the military has a way of sometimes acting like they don't give a crap about veterans. You can tell by all the veterans on the street. You can tell all the veterans walking around with mental issues and all kind of stuff, right? But you got to remember, it's not their fault they were sent there. It's not their fault. They had to go. You know, I mean, she can say, yeah, I won't go if they try to send me, right? Okay, just imagine everything in your life is stripped away from you. You can't do nothing. They take away your social media. They take away a way you can make a living. They might even jail your tail. Would she be as defiant then? Because it's easy to say that from her couch. But can you really take that risk? A lot of people are not trying to take that risk, even though they know they might die serving their country. Because that's what they signed up for. That's what they signed up for. They knew it was a possibility they were going to go to war. And you can't take the benefits from the military and then be like, okay, I'm not going. Because I disagree with this war. I'm sure most military people disagree with these wars. And they don't want to go. But they signed up to go, man. You made a contract with the military. You signed basically your life away. That's the joke in the military. You basically sign your life away. You have no choice. Now, like I say, again, I understand her feelings about this. These are her people she feels are getting killed. Innocent people. And she's very, very, very emotional about it. I totally understand that. I'm not taking away from any of that, man. But if you really, really want to help their cause, you got to pick the words right to get the right support. People want to be supportive over things, right? But when it sounds like you're attacking the military members themselves, it just goes against your cause. Okay, but that's just my opinion. Okay, I think she could have put it differently. My opinion. Maybe some people out there are gonna disagree with what I'm saying right now. Maybe they were like, she worded everything perfectly and all of this. Fine. I'm not even, everybody got their own opinions about it. Okay, I'm not taking away from that, but I'm just saying that. And they did it with all these other wars too, when they blamed the service members for a lot of civilians dying and all that kind of stuff. That's the bad that goes along with serving your country. Even though you might have the best intentions to do right, war is ugly and it's messy, and many people that has nothing to do with the war will die. That's war. But people tend to want to blame the service members. And it's not just her. It's like I brought up Jane Fonda in the past and other people too. Them flower children and all the other people talking about the wars too and blaming service members. I remember it was Vietnam. Members were coming back from the war when the war was over. People was calling them baby killers and spitting on them and stuff like that, man. I saw the documentaries for that. And these guys come back messed up, man, unappreciative. That's why we have all these celebrations for veterans and things and giving these benefits to veterans, because they go out there and fight a war, man. A war that they don't want to be a part of, but they have to go. They have to go. I'm sure they probably feel sorry for all the people that they have to go against. And they do everything they can not to hurt civilians. But, the landscape is kind of changing now. Now that we got drones and everything else that's going on right now, there's not that many service members out there. They're using different tactics, man, for war nowadays. After a while, they're going to start sending robots. You can't get mad at robots. You can't insult robots when they send them out there, because eventually that's where this is going. And you also got to think about the nationality of the people, of the service members that's also going to these wars too. It's not just white people, not just black people, not just Asians. You know what I'm saying? It's also Muslim people that's in the military too, and they have to go. Now, I don't know the situation if a lot of these type of service members are refusing to go or dropping out of the military or not joining at all. That could be the case. I have no clue. but it's different nationalities in the military. And when most of them join, taking the benefits from the military, and they get orders to go, they have to go. My heart is out for military people, anybody that save lives. I'm talking about life guys. I don't care who they are. If they job is to save lives, I support them. I support them. Are there bad apples in the group? Always, always. But I support them. If you want to attack somebody, attack the people you believe that's running all this stuff. That's sending those service members to their deaths. Attack them. I'm sure people will be more sympathetic if you did that. Like I said, maybe like this is some kind of new tactic now just to get attention to what's going on right now. Because right now we're talking about voting and all this kind of stuff with Trump and Harris, and that seemed to be the main focus right now. There's not a lot of talk about what's going on with this war. Maybe this is her way of bringing attention to it by being shocking, okay? But like I say, I don't know if this is going to help her in the long run, man. You know, I pray for both sides, man, because only God can fix this. Only God, I believe, has the power to fix this. I don't think no man or woman can fix something like this. This thing been going on for like decades, man. You know, I mean, we can probably go back way back to the Bible days where this stuff been going on, man. The only one that can fix this is God, period. You can disagree or agree, whatever. But I believe that's the only one that can fix this situation. God willing. All right, that's matter of fact, I want to go ahead and I was going to end it there, but I'm going to go ahead and read what the media is probably saying about all this stuff, man, because I believe right now that they're not in favor of Mia Khalifa at this point. You know what I mean? Because I feel like they find ways to cancel her because she is speaking out a lot about this war and they don't want her to. So I'm wondering if they have a biased take on this. So I'm going to go ahead and read this article to find out what's going on. All right. Sick and disgusting. Mia Khalifa slammed online for mocking U.S. military service member. In a video posted on X account, Mia Khalifa said she hoped that U.S. Army members get their brains all scrambled up for fighting wars overseas. Former adult actress Mia Khalifa has come under fire on social media for mocking U.S. military service members. You know, I'm very surprised that TikTok didn't cancel her, right? I'm very surprised because they'll cancel you on less stuff, man. You know what I mean? So I'm very surprised they didn't cancel her. You know, I've seen a lot of stuff on TikTok that people, I've been thinking, dog, you can get away with saying that. But then I see stuff that people get canceled for that really wasn't that much of a bigger deal, but it get canceled anyway. So it's a crazy platform, man, either way. In a video posted on her X account, which I've showed all of you, Miss Khalifa said she hoped that U.S. Army members get their little brains all scrambled up for fighting wars overseas. Good morning. Okay, we already know what she said. Hope you over there, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The former film star then adopts a tone of fake crying, adding, "Oh, I'm so sad. I pee my pants every time I see a falafel stand in Manhattan." Okay, she said more of that. Miss Khalifa shared the video a few days back. Since then, it has amassed more than 1 million views and over 23,000 likes. In the comment section, several users criticized her for mocking a U.S. military service member. See, that to me, that's the more of the point. I'm not surprised at what she said. Like I said, everybody should be able to have their opinions because it's a free country. They should be able to, criticize even the military. It's when you attack service members. This is not like an individual she's attacking for doing something horrific or wrong or whatever, right? It sounds like she's attacking all service members, all right? But at the same time, you're protected by these same people that you're attacking. And that's the problem. People don't care about you for what comes out of your mouth, wrote one user, like they care about what a former cam girl thinks. They'll be busy watching you embarrass yourself on their spare time. It really sucks that you made those choices. You could have been in advocacy or something that would have stopped this war, commented another. Yeah, I somewhat agree with this comment because, I mean, he could have put it in a better way, but I do agree. It could, she could have been more. She could be very important in this because she is a public figure, and she could have advocated. She could even been going to Washington about this kind of stuff, man. But I don't know. She just rather go on TikTok and piss people off. It seems, like I say, she could have went to Washington and talked about this kind of stuff, man. But I doubt if they have it now. Stick to what you know. Leave the wartime decisions to the adults, said a third user. It's fair to have an opinion on any violent conflict in the history of the world. Wishing PTSD upon U.S. soldiers is sick and disgusting, expressed another. I agree with that. You know what I mean? It's like I say, she might have done it just for attention's sake, or she might have been angry or whatever, right? And it definitely got attention, that's for sure. But like I say, even sounding like you're attacking service members, man, is it's just gonna rub people the wrong way. It just is. Meanwhile, last year, the former adult star came under fire for saying the U.S. Army is worse than OnlyFans. Okay, yeah, I heard she tried to make some argument about the autonomy of your own body. She made the comparison in July 2022 during an appearance on the late night talk show Zoe in the U.S. and then rehashed the clip in November last year on Veterans Day. Yeah, I think she tried to make a comparison about having control of your own body. At least she can do whatever she wants on OnlyFans, but in the military you have no control, which kind of kills this argument that it seems like you're attacking military service members, but then you're gonna make the argument they don't have control of their own bodies. You know what I mean? So it's crazy stuff, man. It's crazy, but like I say again, I understand why she's angry. She's worried about her people. She's very upset. And she wants this war to end. I understand it. I'm looking past any anger or harsh feelings that I might have towards her or whatever. Not saying I do have those, but I'm looking past all those emotions. I understand she's angry about this. And I understand she's trying to make a point. You know what I mean? But I think she would have been more useful if she was able to, because I think people are taking her more seriously, even though she used to be an adult star. I think she could have turned it around and really fought for what she believed in and went to Washington and did whatever she could with that. I think that was a possibility. But I think the stuff she's doing is less people even trying to hear what she got to say. Like I say, I still believe only God can fix this situation because only God has the power. Only God has the power. People think they can and people trying to. They're doing whatever they can. I'm not taking away from that. But personally, I believe only God can fix this. And God willing, a lot of these people that are perishing, hopefully they accepted Christ. I'm a Christian. I'm going to say that. You know what I mean? So they can be with God. And that's the one comfort I have. Like when I have family members that pass away and I know they were Christians, I know in my heart that I'll see them again. That's the way I feel about it. That's the way, as a Christian, that's the way I feel about it. I can't talk about other people, how they feel about they worship with other religions or whatever. But as a Christian, I believe only God can save. And I believe that, if anybody can stop this war, he's the only one that can. All I can do is pray for both sides, to love everybody as Christ said to love everybody as you love yourself. So I'm not picking a side. I'm not picking a side because all of us are human. And God made us all in his image. So we are to love everyone. Okay? All right, that's all I pretty much had to say about it. Like I said, the only reason why I even wanted to mention it because I have a sore spot for military service members. I do. So, or anybody that protects us. All right, I really appreciate all of you coming by. Thanks again. This is T and Peace.